So over the years, I've done thousands of mortgages. And really, I see some common mistakes that clients do, not only to prevent them from getting the best deal possible, but also prevent the mortgage process from being as easy and as smooth as possible as well. So these are 3 things that you want to make sure you avoid next time you're going to buy a home or qualify for a mortgage. So the first one I'm going to talk about is what I like to call the credit trap. And that's because, and I'm not going to talk in this video about your credit score, which is very important because your credit score will dictate what kind of interest rate and payment that we can get. But what I'm talking about with the credit trap is that a lot of times when people start the process of getting a home, they'll get their credit through some kind of free credit report online, or they recently bought a car or furniture and they know what their credit report is. The fact is that whatever industry is pulling your credit, a car, the car industry, credit card, or mortgages, we're all going to have different scores, even if we pull them on the same day. So often when people bring in their score, I might be hundreds of points apart from where they thought they were. And the second part of that is that you do have to get your credit pulled by a mortgage company if you want to qualify for a mortgage and see where you're at. And mortgage companies and banks will tell people once they've pulled your credit, hey, make sure you don't get it pulled again because you don't want any more inquiries. Well, that's just bull, because the fact is that you can get your credit pulled in that 30-day period by a few different companies, and it's only going to count as one credit inquiry. In fact, in 18 years, I've never pulled somebody's credit one time and had it affect them getting a mortgage in any way, shape, or form. In fact, if you think about it, the reason you actually have a credit report is to actually have somebody pull it and see where it's at. So the credit companies do not penalize for you shopping around and making sure you're working with a company that you trust. So make sure you don't penalize yourself and fall into what I like to call the credit trap. So another big one that I see people falling into is, I'm going to just label this as unrealistic expectations. For some reason, people go crazy when they're looking for a mortgage. There's so much deception online, so many marketing and gimmicks. People saying they're going to pay your closing costs or guarantee you the lowest rate possible, or they're going to, or they're giving you rates that don't even seem real, or introductory rates. There's just so much marketing and gimmicks. It's hard to really know, what you're actually going to get. And I'm not going to really talk in this video on how to get the best deal on a mortgage. I am going to link to a video in the description that I did specifically on how to make sure you know where rates are and make sure you actually get the best deal on a mortgage. But this is really just in general, not really having unrealistic expectations. You really have to find somebody that's going to explain to you the process, what the costs are, and how you can actually get some of those costs paid for, and what your options are, and what the trade-offs are, because there are always hard trade-offs. When you see cars advertised on TV and you see all that fine print, you intuitively know that there's some extra things that you're going to find out when you go look at that car with the $299 payment. And mortgages are no different. So you want to just make sure somebody's extremely transparent. Not only do we have the lender fees, we just break down everything up front, from rates and payments and your situation, so that there's no confusion. And if somebody's telling you something that kind of doesn't make sense or seems too good to be true, guess what? It probably is. So when you're looking for a mortgage, make sure you're working with somebody that you trust, that you can read about online, and you feel like they have your best interest in explaining to you exactly what all the costs and what all the complete process of getting the mortgage and the deal that they're offering you. Okay, so the last one is kind of obvious, but time and time again, is that people wait too long to contact me. Meaning, most people start by looking at houses. They may go on Zillow or do different things. And I'm actually going to link to another video below on Zillow and how you have to be careful with Zillow and shopping on Zillow, just because you're not getting the most up-to-date houses and things like that. But what I'm talking about is waiting too long, where by the time I contact you or you contact me, that you're excited, you're ready to go look for a house. Sometimes that next weekend, oftentimes the people are already under contract. Meaning there are things that we could have done to not only make the process simpler and maybe even get you a better deal on the mortgage, things that actually might prevent you from getting a mortgage. For instance, like there's deposits into your account that if you would have did prior to actually shopping for a mortgage, For a house, they really wouldn't affect you. So there's lots of things that you can do prior, things on your credit report that we can change or adjust, or really just things in general that when you talk to a mortgage professional up front, you want to start with the financing first. The mortgage, the financing, all that is going to dictate not only how much house you qualify for, but how much money are you going to need. Again, some people have unrealistic expectations. They need maybe way less money than they thought. Sometimes they need a lot more than what they thought. So getting that information up front, in front of actually thinking about buying a home, I always say the rule of thumb, we like to talk to people at least 3 months before they're out shopping for a mortgage. Okay, so there you got it. Those are 3 easy things that you want to avoid or make sure you understand when you're shopping for a mortgage to make sure you get the best deal and really have just the overall easy as a process as possible. The biggest mistake people make is they just don't call me. The information's free. We're super accessible. I go over everything up front. I don't charge anything to have a conversation. No application fees. I want to make sure you understand all the products. We're a broker. How much money you're going to need. What are realistic rates for your situation? How fast can you close? How much should you buy up to? All these things that you really want to know up front, so when you're out there looking at homes, you feel as confident as possible. So if you have any questions, you can go online and contact us at RayceRobinson.com. Just call, email, text, whatever works for you. Let us know. We'd be honored to help. Have a great day. And if you're thinking of buying a home, getting a mortgage over the next 3, 6 months or a year, give us a call. Put us to work for you, and let us see what we can do to help. That make it a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.